back to Goat Hill. We are in Oceanside, California for round 2. We got the back 9 coming at you. I am Ian Anderson hanging out with Philo Brathwaite.
I got to know.
Goat Hill Park is a treat. Alden Harris is on a tear, Philo.
The man is going Del Scorcho here, getting that Del Taco sauce all over the course, man. 7 down on the front. That's doing big work. Usually 4 or 5 on the front feels very successful.
He ripped off the last 5 in a row.
Oof, yeah, he got all the tough ones.
He did. And it was Jacob Blair. We saw Josh Anthon. And we also have Alden Harris, Cody Kirkland on the card. There are your scores. What was once a lead for Cody Kirkland, it is gone. It is now a 3-stroke deficit.
Swing in the opposite direction. Cody started off, pumped it out to 3, and now it's 3 the opposite direction. New leader running the show. We'll see how he handles the back. Hole 10, pretty fair par 4. Couple of things to keep into consideration. That cart path on the right side is out of bounds, or hazard rather, and then you got the hazard on the left side that's just on the, I don't know, about a meter away from this driving range fence. So you got those 2 things to consider on the drive. Most guys are going to get full send this as far as they can, just bounce it into about 150 feet, throw a little putter, walk away with a birdie 3.
Harris at D1.
Really hanging it on the right side, but that's got the stable edge working its way back. Should get a nice big bouncy skip. No, not the best, but that's a good place to try to get up and down. You got the bowl in the back to work with.
I feel like that shot was a nice mix of risk reward.
Mm-hmm. That's, way wide. That's got a hustle.
It's that hurricane, so it'll get there eventually.
Yeah, not bad.
Yep. And a wide like Alden.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit shorter, though. Anthon, that boss.
That's a dangerous play right there, man.
It's trying.
It's trying. That looks like it just does skip off the cart path. And wow, man. Living on the edge there.
That was Cupcake firing one off down there on hole 11 in the background. Here is Kirkland, Cloudbreaker.
These guys are really testing the right side, which is kind of unnecessary. That's on the cart path in the hazard.
Almost got back in.
Another opportunity for Alden Harris.
Mm-hmm. Blair, 286 left.
Such a touchy shot coming into this green, playing down. Look at that. Oh, man, that was 1 foot from me and beautiful.
I thought he had it. Kirkland, nearly pin high, but way off to the right.
Hazard does creep into play again. That's a pretty good looking shot there.
Yeah, it was nice. Anthon, there's 270 left for his second.
Oh, that's a nice looking sidearm there from Josh.
He is parked.
Well done.
And Harris, a 3 for Alden, is it? A1, excuse me.
Very, very touchy shot into the green. You do got that big bowl just behind. That's a great receptor.
I wonder if he didn't just do that. Just aim for the bowl.
It's not a bad place to miss, you know what I mean? You're going to have an uphill, kind of a tailwind putt.
Maybe something to that.
Yeah, gravity's working in your favor. If you miss, the disc's not really going anywhere. But Alden Harris, his putter hasn't touched the ground in a long, long time. Racks up another birdie, picks up another stroke. Woo. Cody's got a little tap in.
His last par was on hole 4.
Yeah.
Kirkland.
Which, I mean, there's no shame in taking a 4-on-4.
Yeah, not at all. That used to be a birdie.
Yeah.
Last year, that was a birdie. And that is for the hard way, as Cody put it. The hazard stroke. Anthon, birdie. Pushes him to a tie with Blair at 11. And speaking of, here's Jacob for the par drop in.
Couple birdies, couple of pars. This man right here, Alden Harris, putting on a clinic in Oceanside with the putter. Doesn't matter what the angle is, how the wind's blowing. He is finding his way into the chains.
Feeling really comfortable. Hard to feel comfortable on this one, though. You're throwing into a ripping headwind. You have OB on the right. Good luck getting a birdie.
It's a tough get. I've seen the best throwers, in the field struggle with this hole to really get it in there close. They're throwing the right line, but they're just not challenging that OB right, enough. And it's very hard to do because the wind's trying to push you over there. If you miss that angle by just a smidgen, you're not coming back.
Throwing into a headwind, it's kind of like walking on a ridge, If you take one step either side.
You got to throw a dime. You have to be so precise with your angle control on the release.
D1 for Harris.
Alden Harris puts that in a beautiful space, but not enough space, or speed rather, to climb the hill. That was more of a layup.
Boss for Anthon.
He's going for it. That's gone, man. No chance when you throw the disc on that angle here.
Not with that wind. No. Just going to beat on that angle. Looks like the hurricane again for Blair. And I think you can fully just win the championship playing this one for par every round.
Yeah. You don't have to birdie every hole. This is definitely one of the ones you can walk away with a 3 and feel just fine with.
Kirkland, Destroyer.
That's going to peel off a little left. That's got to sit down. Ooh, tough break. So that goes to the drop zone.
You are correct, sir. Yeah.
That's even worse.
Yeah,
Doesn't get to advance.
Could have saved par, right? A good chance for it anyway. Anthon from the DZ.
This is not the easiest drop zone either.
It's like a 70-footer or something like that. What is this?
At least.
Yeah, it's probably more, isn't it?
Even the touchiest player in the world having a hard time keeping a chain high the whole way.
Let's see if Cody can scare this thing.
Yeah, it's a tough get, man. It's tall order to save par.
You're pretty much taking a bogey, aren't you?
Yep.
Harris to keep that birdie train rolling from distance.
That'd be an amazing throw in.
It would.
Not happening.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't call the heater off at this point.
No.
Because, you don't have to birdie 11. It's not a gotta get.
Blair, let's see if he can get it. Oh,
that's definitely strokes on folks hole right here.
Mm-hmm. Harris coming back for par. Ended up with 2 pars, 2 bogeys. Here's one of the bogeys. The other for Anthon, and a par for Blair.
Oh, those guys can shake off those bogeys. There's a guaranteed birdie on the next one coming right up.
Mm-hmm. On to hole 12, a very fun hole to watch the shots.
Absolutely. If you hit the angles right on this one, you can travel a long, long way. That wind does play kind of weird here, though. It feels like a tailing wind, like it's very helpful, and then all of a sudden you put the disc out there and it just drops it and slams it to the right, and you're just like, what? You're expecting to get some carry. It doesn't really happen every time, so you really got to mash on something kind of overstable here. It feels like you can throw something kind of neutral, but it's really not the play. You want to go something with a stable edge. Mm-hmm. Rip over on that thing, give it some height, and let the wind kind of help guide the disc down the fairway. Get yourself in position. If you're one of the bigger arms, Eagle is totally at play here. It's in play. You can make that happen.
Very much so. This is a D2 for Alden.
See, the wind's that's all the wind.
Yeah, there's a little bit of right to left, I think. So once you get that any angle, it starts to kind of beat it down and not let it fade out. Hurricane for Blair.
That one's going to fight it. There you go. There's that stable edge that'll get you the positive feet on the skip and finish. And that's a nice place to throw from. One of the flatter spots in the fairway.
Anthon, boss.
And there it goes. That's all the wind, just getting on top of the disc and pushing it over to the right. And it's not a bad rip,
I never thought about that on this hole until you said that, man. But it's so true watching those drives.
Mm-hmm. It just kind of gets sucked into the vortex and right in the middle of the fairway.
We've got a cloud breaker.
Same thing. It's game over when you do that on this shot.
Oh, excuse me, that was a destroyer, but it doesn't matter because that is cut rolling way back down in the middle of the fairway.
Still make 4.
Yeah.
He's not out of position to make a 4. Let's see if he tries to go roller and gain some extra feet.
This is a Shrike roller. And he is cruising up the middle of the fairway.
Oh, yeah. Let's see if he stays off the ball golf green. Oh, that's excellent shot there. Well done.
That's a big one. Harris.
Great recovery shot.
Is it
Harris also can throw some rollers. Let's see how technical and tight he can keep this one.
This is a D1 roller.
This looks really good, Ian.
This is amazing.
Wow, he's putting from like 38 feet for eagle. Great second shot.
Love it. Blair.
Massive sidearm. That needs to get stable in a hurry. Good checkup. About 3 feet more, and that is OB on the green.
You called it. Anthon.
One of the best rollers we've ever seen. That is working nice. It's got a hustle. There we go.
They are kind of in that angle we saw Gibson have yesterday, though.
Right.
It's a tough-looking putt. There's a big uke right in the way.
Yep, you have to slide that in from left to right, and the wind's blowing the opposite direction.
Blair for eagle.
There you go. Nothing wrong with that.
Kirkland for eagle.
Tries to hyzer it in there, using the wind to his advantage. Safe play.
Anthon.
The wind would not allow the disc to stay in the air. You can see that got slammed instantly.
Harris for eagle.
This goes in.
Oh, dang. Should still be birdies all around, it looks like, for our league card out here at the...
First star frame of the day, huh?
I think so, huh?
This should be. This is a pretty soft par 5 after you have that extremely difficult par 5 on the front, and you got 3 relatively makeable par 5s on the back.
Harris slides that one home through the headwind. Look at the way the wind is blowing right now.
Yeah, it's the opposite. It was blowing the opposite direction about 30 seconds ago, and then it just like the wind's blowing off of the ocean, but there seems to be like a couple of like chutes on this golf course where the wind is kind of getting filtered into. And at one moment it'll seem like it's blowing this way, and the next moment it's blowing that way, but they're technically coming from the same direction. They're just kind of getting funneled.
Interesting, man.
Yeah, you can totally tell it. It's a weird little nook in this oceanside course.
When I walk up to the tee, I have these game plans. I think I'm gonna land in these same areas every single time, but you never know. Having the Bushnell rangefinder, no matter where I land, gives me that extra level of confidence.
Welcome back to the GOAT, and we are at hole 13, and man, if I'm a caddy, I'm telling my pro to play this one for par.
Yeah, you got to have a lot of speed to throw it up towards that tree up on the hill. That's the spot if you're going to get it to fade back towards the basket. It's got to feel like you're reaching upwards of that 400-foot mark into this stiff headwind. And obviously, the grade of the ground is just trying to get you to go OB out to the left, or hazard rather. It's not OB, it's just a hazard line. So, yeah, throw that thing way to the right, take your par, move on.
D1 for Harris.
Alden's throwing it right at that tree I'm talking about. Let's see if he's got the speed. Hang on. Oh, no. Brutal.
I started spinning the other way and turned into a roller.
Unbelievable break.
Yeah, hurricane, and this is gone.
It looks gone. Yeah, too early into the hill. You got to hit up a bit higher.
Anthon with the boss.
Really trying to flex it, and that's gobbled up, and it's overwash. He's shown a
good check up there, at least. You know, I've seen that roll another 200 feet down the hill. Kirkland, I think this is what you do.
Yeah, that's kind of
it's not great.
Not the best miss, you know what I mean? It's plenty safe, but he's going to have a touchy upshot. I mean, this is not easy.
No. Man, he threw it well.
He did, yeah. He looks like he did well.
Harris was at one point 15 feet from the basket.
Now he's 115 feet away from the basket with this uphill grade, and a little up and down for his par after the bad reaction.
Yeah, and he's up there for...
At least he didn't get double punished,
Agreed.
Could've rolled OB with that.
Yeah, that would have really hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Anthon pitches up nicely with his third. That should make for a 4. Jacob throwing 3 as well. And that was bad.
A little shy.
Yeah.
See how he does with the putter here. Important bogey save. Try to avoid a double. That wasn't his best effort on the day.
No. Kirkland to save par.
There we go.
That'll keep him 5 back of Alden, assuming Harris makes this. He's got the Gannon Burr technique. Did you see that?
Oh, use the...
Squeezing the chalk bag for the win.
Mm-hmm.
Couple prodigies on prodigy, man. Alden just 21 years old.
It's incredible how good these young players are these days, man. Like back in the day, it was just a few guys that were sub 20, 21 that had the, top tier skill level and abilities to hang with the big dogs. But now it seems like that's the average, in 2022, somewhere in there. These guys are ripping the disc and playing with a lot of confidence.
Speaking of Gannon Burr, happy birthday. Yesterday was
No
his
way.
birthday.
All right.
He's
awesome.
17 now. He's so old.
Still can't do anything,
He can drive at least, right?
I guess.
That's about all he can do. On to hole 14. You better get this one or you're feeling bad about yourself.
Pretty much. This is the softest par 4 on the course. Plenty of space to work with. There's really not much OB other than the ball golf green to really consider. Pretty much miss anywhere but on the ball golf green, and you should be able to make a birdie 3. I saw AB throw this thing pin high yesterday and had an eagle putt. So
Yeah? Where was left or right?
on the right.
On the
A
right?
little bit. He almost got it all the way. It was looking good, and in the last
Damn.
second the wind just kind of didn't let him hook up.
Whew.
Man, it was a rip.
Harris on the tee of 14 with a D2.
Great shot, Alden.
That's the drive right there.
Yeah, if you can get up to the level of the pin, that's the ball golf green rather. Yeah, that's epic.
It's gonna finish left for
There's
Cody.
nothing wrong with that. You'll have a straight look at the basket. Nothing wrong with throwing the disc over there.
Even a little bit flatter
Absolutely.
on the footing. Anthon?
Not quite high enough to... That's fine, though, position-wise.
Yeah, he kind of got up over that little hill at
Mhm.
least. Blair?
Actually, at least how I wanted. I thought it would lift a little more.
You kind of see how these guys are trying to match the grade of the hill with the shape of their disc. You know what I mean? They're not
Yeah.
really throwing the disc much higher than the level of
Oh,
the ground
sure.
in front of them. That's kind of helping to keep the disc pushed forward so it doesn't stall and go backwards. Ooh, that was a nice up right there.
That was. Anthon putting it pretty close. Blair. Just 184 left on this.
Sawed that off a little early, but thanks to the hill, keeps it in respectability.
Yeah, it's an open putt at least.
Mm-hmm.
Kirkland?
Bang.
Should be just fine. And Harris just 114 left on the hole.
Not bad. A little bit of a tug there, but
Yeah.
shouldn't be much to stress over.
Blair for birdie.
That's a better putt.
There he is, getting back one of those he lost on 13. Kirkland.
Mental lapse right there, man. That's all that is.
Yep.
Those are too close to miss.
Harris.
I'm gonna gain another stroke right here. Push it to 20.
Wow. He has opened up a pretty big cushion on the card, Philo.
Yes, he has. We'll see what's happening on the groups up ahead of him.
Mhm.
If they can keep pace or if anybody else is on a heater today. But right now, Alden Harris, man, he is 9 down through 14 holes, looking real strong
Very solid.
and looking extremely comfortable. That's
I noticed that too, just
you
playing.
know, just playing his shots, not just another day at the office, you know. Not really looking too worried or anxious about anything. Very comfortable putting in the wind, apparently, and now he is way out in front on this lead card over to hole 15. Another one of the awesome par 5s out here, coming in just over 1,200 feet of wide open green grass and beautiful eucalyptus trees. A little bit of OB along the right side, not really too much in play unless if you get really greedy and yank the snot out of one. Most people aren't even trying to aim over there. You just want to aim in the middle of the fairway, set yourself up for a good second shot, land somewhere within 100 feet or so of this bunker right here, then you chip it over the back of this ball golf green, use the ground play, collect yourself a birdie. I haven't seen too many guys really have an opportunity for eagle. Maybe, AB didn't even try to go after it too hard.
You need like two 600-foot shots with that green.
That's a long way to go. So birdie's probably about the best you can do, barring the throw-in.
We used to see a lot of eagles on this one. It was about 200 feet shorter, wasn't it?
Right.
Harris, D2.
Silky smooth shot once again from Alden Harris. Find himself out in the middle.
Just doing exactly what you need to do.
Nothing wrong with that.
Anthon. He's going roller here, Philo.
I like the play if he can get it down on the right angle. The wind should help him push, stand the disc up.
No.
Not quite enough angle to get it to cut and roll over to the right. But again, not out of position on this long par 5.
But can still birdie. Blair.
I like this line. That's a beautiful line to throw right there. That really helps you push and gain some feet on the hole.
Yeah, kind of cut the corner a little bit, right?
Cut the corner a little bit, yeah. A lot of guys are aiming out to the left, and the wind isn't really allowing the disc to get to the right. Cody Kirkland's kind of showing you what I'm talking about. It's just beautiful shot. Excellent position.
Harris, his second. D2 again. This thing's sliding over beautifully.
Yeah, that is a mash. Perfect position.
It's kind of a false front in front of that bunker. It looks like they're all going in, but there's a lot of room.
There's plenty of room to work with. Josh Anthon flexing this one down, and there's going to be plenty of room for him to work with as well.
It's right there with Alden. Blair. Another one joining the grouping up here. Cody.
Yeah, that bunker, that fairway bunker really is kind of keeping some of these, pretty longer arms, at bay. They can't get overly aggressive, and, that extra 100 feet right there is a sweet spot for those long arms, and it makes them lay up just a little bit short. So that's some good course design right there. Make these guys think about it a little.
Into the green goes Anthon.
Just inside of 300 feet, playing a little bump and run off the back of the green, and that is perfectly executed.
Don't hit your head, Josh. Blair, his third.
Looking for something similar. I like that play.
Nice bump and run.
Mm-hmm.
Harris, we are going A1.
That thing got stable in a hurry, Ian. That's going to give him about a 6 or 7 meter putt.
If you are a Harris fan, you can go pick up a 400 Series PA1. That's his signature disc this year. I'm sure he's going to have a lot more fans by the end of the year the way he's been playing.
I imagine so.
That's a nice approach from Kirkland.
Yep, matches Alden Harris's shot. He'll have a little tap in for another birdie.
Blair kicking
there we
off.
Go.
There's a star frame on this one. Looking like
certainly
likely
shaping
anyway.
up for it. Yeah, two of them are for sure in the house. Oh, these guys are right there.
Yeah.
Just little...
Alden Harris doesn't miss this putt.
You would think not.
Nice birdie.
He certainly took his time and thought about it with all that wind blowing.
There's some factors on that one.
Yeah, thinking something that short would you just pop it in right now. Just take your time real quick, pop it in, but a little extra deliberation there, but all is good in the end.
Mm-hmm. Kirkland to lock up the star frame.
You know, mash that down into the bottom.
And Josh just a casual drop in for the birdie. Very nice.
That was a great approach into the green there from the great Josh Anthon. Displaying the touch once again.
Look at the focus in those eyes, Philo.
Yeah, man. See that hand line up on the pole and inside the frame of his body. That's usually a recipe for a lot of made putts.
16.
It's a fun par 5. You got some double hazard here to deal with. Hazard out onto the left. You got OB hazard off to the right. Gets bottlenecky down here. Got to really mind the crossing heading wind on your second shot. That's really where things go awry for most players if they don't get off the tee clean. It's usually the second shot because you got that Mando off to the right side that can kind of play havoc with you, and the wind just really tries to pull you into that eucalyptus on the right side. So that's really the only danger. If you can get past the first 2 shots, birdie should be pretty easy.
Harris leaking a little left. Should hold on.
It should.
Yeah.
Plenty of room. It's actually a pretty good angle to throw from as well, off to the left.
Yeah, really kind of opens up that second shot.
Mm-hmm.
Anthon warming up some boss.
Gets this high up into the air. Big flexing shot for Josh. He knows that's going to unravel and push some to the left, but nothing wrong with that play.
Love watching the shape of that shot.
Mm-hmm. Matches Alden Harris and a little bit more in the fairway.
Blair with the hurricane.
If he's smart, he'll see what Josh just did and try to match that same line. Opts to keep it a little bit lower, doesn't quite cut the nose over, and that's still going to get a nice forward push, but I think a little shy of those guys.
Correct, sir. About 30, 40, something like that. Kirkland, what is Cody pulling on here? He's going Cloudbreaker.
Going real fast, hoping that nose will cut over. It doesn't quite, but there you go. Finishes right there with the grouping, and it's a good place to throw from.
Yeah, a couple bonus feet. I had a camera malfunction this time, excuse me. That is
And
Jacob
there
Blair.
It goes.
Yeah.
See how the wind just tries to suck it towards that? Did he make it?
He's safe.
Okay,
It was just short enough.
Oof.
Yeah. Yeah, we saw that yesterday. Like, everything was leaking right on these second shots.
There's a lot of wind up there in the air, and it's very fast. And this one is also getting pummeled by the wind, but it's going to unravel. That'll be fine for Josh. That'll be an up and down.
Yeah, just pitch across the green there.
No doubt. Nothing wrong with that play.
Ruben showing you the basket right there. Harris going D2 again. He's in position to attack the green with his arm. Oh.
Ooh, there it is.
There.
There's that wind, man.
That's funny.
Every time you think, oh, yeah, wide open, let's get this thing flying, and bang, you put it out there, a little bit of hyzer, and the wind just snaps that nose over every time.
Let's see if Cody was paying attention.
Let's see.
Cloudbreaker.
There we go. Let's see if this catches over and hangs. That's the play. Plenty of room out there to work with.
He's right where AB was yesterday, if you remember.
Yep, I do. Weird little spot, but
Yeah.
still a look at it.
Blair's third. 240 left on the hole.
Nice swing there. That should get a nice little forward bump. A hair shy.
Yeah.
Not bad. Still inside circle 1.
Very makeable putt. Harris looks like the A1.
Oh, just a hair short, but he's been making that putt all day.
Josh trying to sling this one in for eagle.
Ooh. Buzzes the tower.
That was nice.
It was.
And Kirkland, let's see if he goes to the forehand putt like AB had to.
Yeah, not much of an option.
Mm-hmm.
Hard to get a hyzer swing out of that position when your foot's up the hill like that. Trying to find some kind of
he's
peekaboo line, but
looking for it in there, but it is
This is
not
the play.
happening.
this is the play.
These are never fun, but fun when they go in.
Ooh, smart.
Yeah.
Take your birdie. Don't get too crazy and wild and cough up an extra stroke.
Blair for birdie. And 3 in a row.
Hard splash off the chains on the right side. I'm sure that's frustrating.
Harris to get to 22.
Putter's hot.
The man doesn't miss often.
It's looking good for Alden Harris right now.
Mm-hmm. Anthon will drop in a birdie.
Stress-free birdies on this hole.
Yeah.
You get those first 2 shots off clean, you're going to be set up nicely.
Yeah.
You pretty much throw it anywhere with those 2 shots as long as you don't end up in the hazard or miss the Mando.
Or miss the Mando, yeah.
Yeah, birdie's no problem. Young Kirkland with the full send.
Fun watching that thing climb over.
Mm-hmm.
That was cool. On to our hole 17.
Yeah, it's playing a little bit down. It's just below you a few feet. Not too much. What, maybe 10 feet or so?
Yeah,
not a
by
whole
that.
lot. Got this ripping wind coming off the right side, and it can get a little swirly down in this corner in the bowl of this course. It's just kind of seems like it's going straight across you, then it kind of comes from behind you. So you really got to mind the wind. It's a very touchy 380. It's not as far as it looks. A lot of guys going mid-range on this shot.
Harris going to be going for an FX2 fairway driver.
I like the shape of that, Ian. He kept it nice and low.
Oh,
yeah.
Beautiful.
Perfect.
Anthon going Sexton Firebird. If memory serves, yes.
Josh also finding the appropriate airspace, keeping it low, allowing the disc and gravity to pull the disc down towards the basket. Smart play.
Really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Kirkland going with a rock 3.
There you go, Cody, keeping it under the wind. That's going to be real nice, Ian.
Oh, man.
Beautiful shot.
For a couple seconds, everybody was thinking about it.
Mm-hmm. That was lining up.
And now Blair.
It seems like these guys all did their homework here on hole 17. Blair leaks it out just a little bit, and that's dangerous. Good check up there. Unfortunately, that's a par for sure. Hard to run this putt aggressively.
I thought the same thing, but then you think about it, the bowl is
bowl.
right is
It
right there to
is.
catch it. Yeah,
It is.
I had the exact same thought filming this.
All
And,
right.
and he's in the bowl, so
He's in the bowl.
yep. Anthon for birdie.
Back edge of the bowl.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say the miss on this putt's going to be on the left side. If you're going to take the run,
Mhm.
you want to miss left. And he pushes it off to the right. So comebacker here for Josh.
And you don't see that often. The birdogey for Josh Anthon.
3 putting late in the round. That's a no-no.
Mm-hmm. Blair, this is to save par.
Good par save.
Kirkland, what a spin. Has this left for 2.
Hat trick there for Cody Kirkland. The last 3 holes.
Yeah. Harris with the hat trick plus. That's 4 in a row.
Cruising right along. Got it to 23 deep now. 1 hole left to play, and this is a relatively soft par 4 once again. You don't have too much to worry about. Just throw a clean drive and throw a shot into the green.
Yeah, if you can keep the drive in bounds.
Yeah, it's pretty basic. Alden Harris right now looking super smooth.
And like you said earlier, just so confident.
Playing
Calm,
with tons
collected.
of confidence. Yeah, just he knows what he wants to do. He's got his game plan. He's throwing the shots that he wants to throw. He's been doing a fantastic job of reading the wind, especially on the putting greens. That's been, I think, the most impressive thing of the day is how solid the putter was for Alden Harris. Bring it in here, hole 18, 860 to bring it back to the clubhouse. Just like we were saying, you got that OB line on the left side, or I believe they're calling it hazard. Are they? I think that's
I think it's OB, actually.
That is OB, right. So one of the few places there's actually OB.
Yeah.
That's not a hazard. Avoid that and miss those Mandy's on the right side. Set up looking pretty. Get it into the clubhouse with 1 more birdie.
Harris with his flippier of his two D2s he's been throwing all day.
That's a smart play right there. Perfect shot.
You see toned down on the power, too.
Yeah. Distance isn't the key here. It's position.
Kirkland. Cody going Cloudbreaker.
Imagine he's going to push this a little further to the right. That disc being a bit more overstable gives it some room for the left skip. Nicely done there from Cody.
Yep. Blair. Wasting no time with the Hurricane.
I like the shape of that shot.
Mm-hmm.
High up into the left or high right window. Nice.
Right there with Cody.
Mm-hmm. Good
And
play.
Anthon with the boss pull.
There you go. That's the shape.
Look at that thing slide, Philo.
Perfect. That's where I learned that play from, is watching him and Steve
Yeah.
Rico, man. That's exactly where I picked up that motion.
Awesome.
Making the disc slide through the air instead of just turning.
Harris. 4:18 left for his second on 18.
That needs to mush. Get a big forward skip because that came in early. Oh, yeah. Caught the thick grass. No skip for Alden Harris.
Yeah, a lot left on that putt for birdie. Josh going back to the same for his second.
That looks pretty good.
Yeah, better height on this one.
Threw it off to the right side. A little bit wide, hair short, but that'll do.
Right on circle's
Safe
edge.
putt.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's a great point. Blair's second. Under 400 now.
Coming in a little low again. Yeah, it just took off all the speed.
I don't know why they're throwing it so low.
You got the backstop. You
Yeah.
have a natural backstop to throw the disc. Be aggressive to the basket. you
Yeah,
know?
exactly.
There's no reason to be trying to skip one in there.
Kirkland 386 left. This is a T-Bird 3.
That's going to sail off to the left a little bit, but it is pretty sticky over there. Let's see if it checks up. Just does.
Couple feet to spare.
Yeah, not the best second shots there from the fellas, huh?
No, not great. They all amazing drives. They're all grouped within 20 feet of each other, but not really putting it together. Harris, almost putting it together for a huge birdie make, but he will finish his round with a par and sit at 23. Blair.
Also a good effort.
Yeah.
Just does die under the bucket.
Kirkland from 47 to get to 18. That was...
It looked like it had potential for a moment.
And Josh from just outside circle one.
Oh, yeah.
Count it.
He was due for one of those.
Mm-hmm.
Good way to end the round there for Josh Anthon. A little bit of a slow round.
Yeah.
A little troubles here and there, but a solid effort overall.
Kirkland to save his par.
That's a good putt there from Cody Kirkland right at the end.
Yeah.
Already hemorrhaged a bunch of strokes, gave up the lead. Don't want to end the round on a bogey and give up even more momentum, but man of the hour, man, Alden Harris.
He's got a big lead on the lead card. We'll see what the chase card did here in just a moment.
Another look at that Josh Anthon jump putt technique.
Back rim just sneaking over the tray. That was cool.
Mm-hmm.
There are your scores. Luke Sampson, Drew Gibson, and Parker Welk fired off some good ones yesterday.
Look at that round from Alden Harris, though. Just one stick off the pace of a course record set by Clint Calvin, right? Just last year.
Yeah, that's right. Huh?
Or at least tournament wise.
Yeah.
Someone's done it without. But
Yeah.
Super solid shooting. It's going to be an exciting final round.
Gotta be fun. Thanks for watching this one, guys. We'll catch you tomorrow.